Yeah, so this is like the fourth time I've tried to record this, so man, I hope it works. So I'm getting tired of this lecture, even if you're not, even if this is the first time for you. Okay, first, forum posts and research essay assignments this week. Everyone well done. 100% for everyone. I feel like, especially for those of you who either are a little worried about technology, or even if you're comfortable with technology, but this is your first course at Fuller Online, with Moodle, even sometimes just getting the emails going and the posts and all that, that's enough for 1 week. So well done everyone, carry on with that. Couple of things. First, responses to your forum posts and REAs for this week. Some of you got a little bit of criticism, something like narrow this down. Well, really this week's research essay assignment should help a lot with this. Pay special attention to the craft of research. First part of chapter 4, the section that deals with topic, question, problem. I think in that order. Maybe it's topic, problem, question. I can't remember. This week, really focus on getting a crisp, clear question for your research paper to answer. I mean, first off, all your topics are amazing. I love Camila dealing with head coverings. It's actually, given her background, given her theological context, that is a really relevant, pressing question. Emmanuel, his Korean church has a long history of reciting the Apostles' Creed, and a lot of people are questioning right now whether or not that's really an important part of the tradition. Those are really interesting topics, and they really matter to you and to your congregations. By all means, do them. Who else? I think Chris has a question about the God of the Old Testament and the God of the New Testament appearing to be different. How do we reconcile that? That question is as old as, the Marcionite heresy in the early church. People have always been wondering, how can a God who commands genocide be the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, who so loved the world? That's great. There's hot topic questions. There's a Greg who wants to know whether or not God creates people with a homosexual identity. That is a huge issue for the Western Church, in particular right now. And yeah, go for it. Just for the benefit of the class, that particular question, does God create people with homosexual identities? One of the nice things about that for this class is the very, very clear question that pushes you in a certain direction to research. Like, Greg's going to have to ask, what is personal identity? How is sexuality a part or not a part of that? Greg's going to have to say, what do the scriptures say? How have people been reading scriptures that deal with this? It's really nice because it pushes you right to the craft of research. And so if you have a question, if you can narrow it down to a question like that, it's going to benefit you throughout this quarter. All of the research essay assignments are going to help you because they're going to be doing everything that you need to do to answer that. And so if I did say your topic's too broad and you narrow it down, what I'm really looking for you to do, and this week, especially with this research essay assignment, is the time to do it, is narrow it down, get a crisp, clear question that outlines for you what you have to know in order to answer it. That's the way to do it. Some of you have emailed me asking about changing your topic. I will never stop you from changing your topic. I will begin to strongly counsel you not to do so. If you look at the syllabus and the research essay assignments, you see that each week what I'm really doing is having you write your research paper piece by piece. I am by nature a procrastinator. I don't like doing this. So I like having research essay assignments because they force me to do the work I need to do in order to get a good research paper. So it's to your benefit to have your topic early, your question really crisp, really clear early. If you don't do that, I can't stop you, but it will be to your benefit to do so. So if I had any advice, by the end of this week, by the time that you turn in your research essay assignment 2, have a topic, stick to it. Let's see. Last thing, there's a little bit of extra reading this week. It's the Exercise for Young Theologians by a German theologian. The reason I have this on the syllabus, I'm not testing you on it. There's no way I can see whether or not you've done it, read it or not. It's really there just because I think it's beneficial for people. It's beneficial for me. To be brutally honest with you, academia, you start out, hopefully, you're starting out in the church. You're people who are in some kind of ministry, parachurch, or regular church. You're doing the work of the gospel. You come from a place, a context that is about people, it is about worship, it is about knowing God. And you enter into a context, academia, where what we're about is, a lot of times, it's criticism. It's identifying and analyzing problems and looking for solutions. This has a tendency to, in a number of people, foster a spirit that's critical. It can foster a lot of, well, basically the sin of pride. I can confess that to you, just as I regularly have to confess it to my congregation. Being in a place where we take command of issues and we research them and we find out about them, it can very quickly and very easily lead to a sense of, superiority, or just, I've got the answers and you don't. That's a really dangerous and, I submit to you, unchristian place to be. Exercise for Young Theologians is from a professor who has seen this, time and time again, and is basically talking to someone who's about to enter seminary or has just entered seminary, saying, what are you doing here? And do you remember who you're searching to learn about? This is the crucified God, as Jürgen Moltmann says. This is the God whom we know in the crucifixion of Jesus from Nazareth. This is a God who himself experiences humiliation and embarrassment on our behalf. Knowing and reckoning with that should, hopefully will, bring us to a place where what we do in academia, well, it's service. It's a service to the church. It's a way that we can benefit the church and help her grow, increase her people's faith. So, please, if you have a chance to read that, it's an awesome little book. It doesn't take too long, and I think it mattered a lot to me. So there you go. All right, if you guys have any questions about anything, especially forum post this week, Nicene Creed. If you have any questions about that, let me know. It should be pretty self-explanatory, but if it's not, I'm here to help. I don't think I have anything else micro lecture wise this week, but if something occurs to me, I will make it happen. All right.